to start. I guess we should probably start with Chelsea, right? Because they beat Barcelona.
Yeah.
And it's a big result for them.
Mm-hmm.
And, all right, they had a man sent off Barcelona, but Chelsea were a far better side.
Mate, how many goals were disallowed for offside, by the way?
I know, they had some real good chances. And, look, they put them to the sword in the end.
Yeah, they did.
I thought Barcelona were terrible.
They're poor, weren't they? They didn't even turn up today. It's like they just came out here just for a night out. Just get the game done and go out on a lash afterwards. That's probably what they've come here for.
That's what Lamine Yamal wants to do, isn't it? That's what it feels like at the moment.
Well, he was walking around the pitch, strutting around, and I expected more from him. But look, playing against English football teams is not easy, No. A well organised and look, Chelsea are in a good space at the moment, isn't they?
Yeah.
They're in a good space. They're charging up the league. That they were forced to be reckoned with. So it's not easy.
I've been surprised how bad they've been against English sides. Real Madrid against Liverpool, totally outclassed, and Liverpool
Spanish football,
and Liverpool have been rubbish, right? But they were way better than Real Madrid. And then Barcelona tonight, absolutely useless against a really fair play. Chelsea are looking good, right? They look strong, solid, organised. They've got some star players. I expect him way more.
35 touches in your opposition's box to Barcelona's 9. That just shows you it's just a dominant game. 55% possession. Yeah. Whenever you ever come up against a Barcelona team that concedes possession by that much, they only had 45% possession, mate.
Are we looking at Chelsea being a real force here in
I said
Champions League and Premier League?
Mate, I think their competition ready. Like we saw in the summer, like they've got a real bond now. They know how to get through. They won the Club World Cup. So they've got that spirit, They've got that spirit that they've won something together. So now they're going to the next level. What else can we do? And I think consistency has never been their friends, but now it looks like they're getting a bit of consistency. They've got a bit of confidence. I think at the right time. But I always say, after Christmas, that's when you're going to see probably things even out a bit. Because when there's an amount of games, it's mannequin it around Christmas.
Well, Cundy still thinks they're not ready. Now,
Cundy's going to say that.
I know. Every Chelsea fan I speak to says the same thing, but they spent £1 billion. How are they not ready?
Yeah, you're right.
I know they're young players, but, we're talking about... Lamine Yamal's a young player. Saying he ain't ready. You're telling me Esteval's not ready to go and win a major honour? Yeah. He is.
Look at him. He was dynamic today, wasn't he? He was brilliant tonight. And you just look at him and just think, you don't even play like an 18-year-old. That's what worries me.
Yeah, I know.
What else is there to come? Like the way he took his goal and then the way he weaved and bobbed through. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what I'm expecting from Lamine Yamal.
I was really disappointed with Lamine Yamal. And, look, I don't watch all their games. You watch them in the Champions League. And Lamine Yamal, I've watched him over the last year or so. And you're like, oh, my God.
Yeah, he's
lad
an amazing
looks
talent.
incredible, right? But when I've seen him this season, I'm looking at him going...
Not sure.
Don't know where you're at, mate. Where's your head at? And I'm seeing a lot of stuff online of, with him partying and there's a lot of sort of scrutiny around him with his off the field antics, should you say. I'm starting to look at him going, I hope you're not going down that slippery road of having too much too soon.
Well, any young player and you see them in the papers for the wrong things, you're always going to ask questions when it's not going right for them. So I'd look at it. I'll take it with a pinch of salt. I think maybe this is a one-off. It is. Listen, playing against Chelsea it's hard, mate. It's not easy. Every Premier League club will tell you the same thing at this present time. But I couldn't believe what I was watching. I thought I was watching like a mid-table Premier League team against Chelsea.
Yeah,
it wasn't Barcelona. I'm expecting way more. And I don't know what it was. They just wasn't at it today. They was not at it. And hopefully they improve.
They got destroyed. They really did get destroyed. All right, loads to go at. Let's go to Danny. He's a Chelsea fan. All right, Dan?
Hey, Jamie, you okay? Hey, Carlton.
Yeah.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right, Dan. Look, I can't get away from it. It was a great performance.
Oh, we were very good tonight. I just wanted to talk about Cucurella's performance. He's unbelievable.
Yeah,
when we signed him, obviously... he was great for Brighton, but it took him about, a season really to bed in.
Yeah.
But last 18 months, he's been incredible. 18 months, he's been incredible.
Probably go as far as to say he's probably the best left back in the world as well, right now.
Would you say the world? I was saying Premier League. I was saying Premier League. Best left back in the Premier League by...
a better one.
Yeah, I would agree with Jamie, Carlton.
You're going well, yeah?
Yeah, I would say so.
They got the lad at PSG.
Nuno Mendes.
Oh, Nuno, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
He's mustard.
You know, and then you look, elsewhere, Alphonso Davies, but he's
number
injured.
2.
I don't know. I look around. I look at Cucurella.
He's top 5. He's top 5.
I mean,
Number 5.
He's absolutely brilliant.
With Cucurella, lads, I would say he gives you goals as well. You look last season, the goal against Man United, like last 10 minutes, he come up with some massive goals for us last season. He's great going forward. His energy levels up, down. He's got to be a joy to be like if you're a winger in front of him. What a joy!
Well, he had Lamine out in his pocket tonight.
Unbelievable performance. He just doesn't give you a second. He's on you constantly.
Yeah.
And that's the type of player. That's the type of player Chelsea's been crying out for, and now they've got it. And they've had to wait a little while for it, but
Dan,
the last year has been unbelievable for him.
Yeah, Dan, here's a question, right? Because I keep hearing the same nonsense from Chelsea fans saying you're not ready to win the Premier League. You're not ready to win a major honour yet, right? What would you say to that? Because I disagree.
Well, I would say, Jamie, obviously, we have this chat like with my mates, and I've spoken to Cundy about this. It's just the inconsistency. Like in a one-off game, like I think we're more suited to win the Champions League than we are the Premier League. Like you look at the Club World Cup in the summer, like some of the performances this season, we can't get away from it, has been pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like the first few games of the season, could have lost to Brentford, could have lost to Fulham, obviously the Sunderland result. And I just think over a 38-game season, I don't think we're ready. I look at Arsenal, and they look pretty formidable, to be honest. But I think a commanding centre-half, I know the lad's done amazing today for Fofana, Chalobah, but I still think at the back we're short of the injury to Colwell.
Everyone says that, it's a young squad, and it is a young squad, and I get that. And, say, we're not quite experienced, we need a bit more in there. But you go, hold on a minute, you got Cucurella, who is, you can't say he's not experienced now, he's an international football player, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Reece James. These are players who, for me, are ready-made players who you expect to perform at the World Cup next season.
But for me, Jimmy, it's not so much the players. I still think the manager, like he has some great, he's done some great things for Chelsea, but I still think he makes some very strange. His in-game management tonight, he got it spot on, absolutely from start to finish. His tactics. When I looked at the lineup, I was a bit unsure playing not a recognised centre forward, João Pedro and Delap, but I understood what he did with the high line. He wanted pace to get in behind. But I would say some of his in-game decisions against the lesser clubs he's been found wanting.
Yeah. Do you
I
think?
I don't think it's anything to do with the age of the squad. Because, like you said, Caicedo's his early 20s, but he's had loads of experience. Reece James, Cucurella, they've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're seasoned internationals now. But I just think is the inconsistency for me is like I was listening to talkSPORT before the game, and he's had over 100 changes this season alone.
What does that tell you, though? Does that tell you just trying to find the best formula for the players that he's got? And I think some managers, it takes a little bit longer.
They got 3 teams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. I think it's trying to keep everyone happy as well. Like you look at the squad, it's massive.
Yeah.
Like you just look at the wide men we got: Garnacho, Tyreek George, Gittins, Esteval, Pedro Neto. Like the squad's unbelievable. I just think he's just trying to keep everyone happy, and it's going to be a difficult job. But obviously, at the same time, we're fighting on 4 fronts.
Yeah, without Cole Palmer as well.
Number 4.
Well, that's a plus for you, because when he comes back into the fold, this is going to boost you, isn't it? So you're looking great. So that's why I was saying you might be challenging for the Premier League when Cole Palmer comes.
Oh, they got Arsenal. Next game's Arsenal,
and that's going to tell a lot.
That's a huge game. It'd be interesting to see the lineup that Arsenal put out tomorrow night, because I think Arsenal should be concerned at how good Chelsea are playing at the moment.